Midnight Sunburn. They met on a roof, they didn't know each other'd be there. They needed this humble above like the drowning needs air, each submerged in a separate sea of the same loneliness, treading against the current. Wake up noon in the darkness, wake up midnight sunburn. They are hot bright on the inside, like melted metal whose shape no man yet got to decide. They met on a roof because where else than there could they meet? Where else farther away from walls, unmade bed, clean pressed sheet? Where else to better match the lightning tremor of the night within? The unclenched heart, the trodden skin. There were 3 of them, draped in headfuls of hope and wonder. The kind who go for open spaces of high for shelter. Daylight will find them, transparent moons shackled to the ground. But for now they have gone away, minds unbowed and unbound. Oh, no powder, no glitter in their veins, only a thought. The most addictive kind of drug, the one that can't be bought. It is pulsing in their throats, the irrational belief. What's rational is but a wave too weak to break the reef, that someday they'll know a too short love that'll crush them in its wake. Oh, and feel such graceful ache. They do not fear it, why should they? 'Twas never about fear, but about feeling the blind caress of rawness, and peer at the untamed beauty that won't sleep and restlessly pause at the eggshell of risk, ingraining its inside with holes, winking to those who look for hollows in tagless bookshelves. And so they smile at the cracks that will soon repeat themselves on their young bodies. And if something leaks out, slips away, they'll keep the door open, knowing it wasn't meant to stay, knowing that they have lost nothing, knowing they will find their way there, as long as to dream they dare. 2. Get up, she says, get up. It's morning and it's time to become somebody. My days all start the same, my days all start with get up, you have someone to be. Get up, leave the cardboard house, go to the cardboard school and make yourself a box with the approved, appropriate, officially tested building kit we gave you for your birthday. A present that has nothing to do with the now of you or the present world, but make yourself a box in which you fit nicely. Make yourself a box and please hurry. On the floor when you'll be done, you may notice a bolt that didn't fit anywhere and hope briefly that it wasn't important. And then you'll nail the box shut. You will nail the box shut. What she doesn't know is, what none of them know is, what I see when I lie down and stare upwards or at myself, which is the same. What she'll never know, because I'll never tell, is, because she'll never ask, is what I see when I lie down in grass fields, in empty corridors of cold floors and skipped classes, in blank sidewalks of never gone to parties, in all these places where I lie horizontal. Because have you ever noticed how our necks aren't made for looking at the stars, how they strain after such a short glimpse? And isn't it funny that you need to give your body to the ground in order to give your eyes to the sky? What she doesn't know is I am a little girl dreaming violins across her chest, a little girl colored golden by the music and the lonely light of the hour, a little girl who that one time carried with both palms open as if to receive water from a well, freshly hatched pieces of paper across the darkened living room, across the darkened kingdoms of parents who cry, to put them delicately, an out-of-place plastic ornament, a transparent tear hanging from a transparent thread hanging from the wall. I am a little girl who promised She wouldn't let any fall, and then, because they looked lonesome, took them back and threw them across the room everywhere, watching them dance. You did not understand. It wasn't a mess I was making then. It isn't a mess I'm making now. It is a launching station for reveries. The flung open door of the aviary. It's thousands of scraps of stories populating the silent house. Behind the sofas, behind the curtains, behind your lonely lashes. Don't they look good when they look free? But you said, clean up. You said, look at what you've done. I spent hours putting everything right, everything just so, tidying up everything in its right place. And look at what you've done. I looked. Tomorrow I won't go to the cardboard school. I picked up the extra screw from some other kid's box. On the side I read the letters in grain. They spelled happiness. And he hoped it wasn't important. Tomorrow I won't go to the cardboard school, but tonight, for once, I do what you say. I get up. I get out. And out I go up. I go up. Through the window, to the roof, into their arms. 3. It is full of fire and resolve, ah, lonely heart who wants so much, and yet so easily dissolves at first tempting touch. You once asked me to define my heart to you. It was a strange request, I thought, but complied. Perhaps you wanted to get to the bottom of me without having to work the well, skipping the part where one gets to hear the pulleys sing, or hold the water in his hands and gaze, as if for the very first time, at the calluses and wrinkled lines of his own parched skin, drinking up before his lips in turn can drink the cold oasis touch of someone else's existence against his own. Define your heart to me, you said. It was such a strange request, but I answered anyway, and the discovery wasn't yours. Lonely heart full of wildness, don't let conventions get your skin. You may be strange, but you're honest. To know the well, one must fall in. 4. The light clean smoke that chimneys from my mouth and the clean dandelion dandruff I blow are the same to the night. They are the same because they are wordless, and somehow this is what this night needs. All the words have been said, and I couldn't say them better, and I wouldn't try. What's important is somewhere else and can't be measured. I can only tell you of the walk back in Dandelion Rhapsody. Not scared now, not anymore. I'm so small and so scared. I'm so small, so vibrant inside, and I'm so new. And in the bigger picture of this night and the next, we're but particles, but we particularly matter. The cold, using our bodies to write extremely delible sentences on the air, matters. Dandelion drafts softly whiskering the night matters. If I weren't here, they wouldn't either. And if they weren't here, would I have been exactly the same or a little different, I wonder? Not better or worse. What's important is somewhere else. What's important is indifferent. And so I wonder, if I weren't here, would the night still go on? The night as I live and know it, does it exist without me? It's hard to tell, but I can tell you of the walk back in Dandelion Rhapsody. And I can tell you, if it's the one thing I can speak with certainty, that it is such a precious thing to want. 'Tis love for life and desperation to live embraced in each other's bare arms. They say, I know you, to me or to themselves perhaps, and I I see beauty in everything, in everyone I will never know, and in every gracefully crooked step I take in the straight walk home tonight. 5. Once they had all spoken, and time caught up with its skipped beat. Once their incandescent, sharp-edged stories lay at their feet. They knew then what you once knew. You may see this as a tale of passing ships, of passing youth, of dye that will go pale, but they know it's not this one. It doesn't end with dawn, it doesn't end with regrets, with a sigh or with a yawn. They knew then what you once knew. The truth is, it doesn't end as long as you recall the night your life became your friend. Listen. 3 hearts met on a roof because once they dreamed a ladder, and someday we'll meet there too, so long as we remember that we've known that midnight sunburn, the blue flames dance a flare. Oh, we will make our very lives our greatest love affair, as long as to dream our 3 hearts dare. Thank you.